Excited crowd. Thank you for coming to the Los Angeles Family Church, where our vision is one family under God. To start our service today, if we can all rise for the Chanoguk anthem. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Hope you're having a great morning. We're all going to sing the Chanoguk anthem, so please join us. With the tidings of hope, may the world live in freedom. if you can all join me in opening prayer. Thank you, our beloved Heavenly Parent. Maybe right now we have many thoughts or feelings in our heart or in our mind, but at this time, God, we come before you to offer them all up and really just create a space in our hearts, God, that we want to listen to your voice today. That, God, there's something that you desperately want to share with each of us. And God, whether this is our first time here or we come here every week, God, not underestimating that each time is a chance that we can have a rebirth with you, Heavenly Parent. So I pray through the music, through each other, through the message today, God, we want to take this time to say, God, we welcome you here and we really want to hear your voice. We really want to hear your heart. So whatever questions or worries or concerns or maybe just different thoughts we have, God, that we want to make space for your love, your words. And God, really see how you want to spend this time with us, God. Really see how you're calling us to move forward. So God, we come before you now to first say thank you. Thank you for bringing us here. We know it's not by coincidence, and there is so much of your guidance and protection. We send our prayers to those that wanted to be here but couldn't, Heavenly Parent, that we pray for them as well. And we also want to take this time to say we love you, Heavenly Parent. That you've loved us so much in so many ways that maybe we didn't recognize, God. But we take this time to really say thank you, and God, we want to give it back to you. So Heavenly Parent, please give us the strength to receive what you want to tell us, what's on your heart, to understand what's on our true parents' heart, and to understand, God, what our calling, what you really desire of us to do. So God, thank you so much. We love you, and I want to report this in all of our names here, in our Jesus and true parents' name. Amen. Adieu. All right, we can take this time to turn to the people around us, say hello, show your bright smile.
Hello.
All right, seeing a nice group of hugs going around, smiles. All right, and so on that bright spirit, we'll continue. I'll invite back the LA Family Band for our praise and worship.
The eyes of my heart, Lord, won't you open the eyes of my heart? I want to see you. I want to see you.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord.
gently descending from above, ever to be my own. Oh, joy never ending is with me, long as the Lord is near. Joy ever flows in sweetness, river of precious love. Kingdom of God eternal, fervently I decide. Heavenly race to sovereign throne, shining the sun of grace, springing forth in brightness, fruit of the tree of life. Torment of doubt is over, gone is the shadow of death, torturing every part of me. Sinfulness rules my soul. Still God can raise me purified, giving creation to me. Letting me live in His palace, shining with golden light. Boundless His love and kindness, boundless His love for me. Boundless, boundless His love and kindness, boundless His love for me.
Please join me in prayer. Beloved God, as we sing this song, we're in recognition of how much you love us, how much you deeply care for us. And no matter where we may have walked, no matter what we may have done, God, you are always willing to meet us and to give us a chance to stand again, to purify our soul. It's a boundless love, God, that you have for each one of us, and we thank you for it. So please receive us as we come together for you and with you at this time. And I pray we may feel your love deeply as we share with one another. So please, we offer this prayer to you. In every name, in Joshua and Takaya Holmes' name, as a blessed central couple, I pray. Amen. And please have a seat. And give a round of applause to our LA Family Church bands. Gosh, man. Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. Everybody, how are we feeling? Sweet, sweet. I think there's a mixture of spirits. I know there's some sleepy spirits here today. Some of you just had 3 hours of divine principle education. Thank you. Thank you for your hearts. Yes, you can clap to that. Thank you, Carp, and to everyone else. I hope you got something on your heart today. So let's take a moment, and if you could just turn to a neighbor and share just what's on your mind. What are you grateful for? Maybe even what was challenging this past week. Take a moment and just sharing with the person next to you. If you haven't switched, switch. Maybe you already switched. 15 seconds. All right. Thank you, neighbor. Give him a high five. Give him a high five. You can give him a low five, too. Middle five. Yeah, thank you, everybody. So today, I want to share about Hyojung, which is, who here has heard the word Hyojung before? Yeah, mostly everybody. Hyojung is a word that we use in our community very often, and it's an interesting word. It's Korean, of course, Hyojung, and those are the Chinese characters. I use the very kind of abstract image. It's like cranes making up the Chinese symbol, so I hope you can see the symbols. But it's a word that we use often, and I felt, given everything that has been happening, that this is a key word for me. It's been a word that has been coming up for me, and so I realize in my life that although I may know what this word means, you can read it there, it's very small font, I apologize. Filial piety and heart connection. So you say filial heart, as one might say, a filial heart, or we like to extend it into the realm of culture. So we say creating a culture of Hyojung, or a culture of filial heart. And so for those that don't know English so well like me, what does filial mean? Filial is one's relationship with your parents or with a parental figure. In our particular case, we're speaking about God as our heavenly parent and our true parents, Father and Mother Moon. And so this is a core word that we've held on to for the last 10 years, maybe 10 years has been a core word and continues to be so. And so I really thought I understand. Oh yeah, Hyojung, I understand this. But I realize in my life, maybe actually I don't understand what this means. And so I hope we can spend time with this and arrive at a conclusion, which is how much God really is longing for us to have a relationship of Hyojung with Him, a relationship of filial love with God. And so it's interesting, we think we know our parents, or we think we have, we grew up with our parents, but there's really levels to the depth of this. I recall a story one time. Does anyone know your mother's life story? Has anyone ever asked your mom, if they're still around, have you ever had a chance to ask your mom, like, hey, how did it start? How was it when you were my age? Can I get a show of hands? Who's ever asked this question? Oh, a few people. That's someone's being forced to raise his hand. How do you know? How do you know what Mikuni's asked? I asked this question one time. Kyoko-san, you're out there. She's Koran Bazaars afterwards, so hurry up, Josh. Finish the sermon so we can eat. And I asked my mom one time in a car because I realized I have no idea who my mom is at all. I have zero idea. I always assumed, mom's at home. And she is who she is. She makes amazing food. My favorite food from my mom is, anyway, I'm not going to go into it. just so you know, it's pasta, bacon, this with the onion. Oh, it's perfect. And I always tell my mom, Mom, when I come home, please just make my favorite meal. Make my favorite meal. But I realized as I went along in my life, I never knew my mom's, story very much. And, many of us, maybe we don't have that opportunity anymore. It's hard. Maybe they passed away or, situations where you can't connect with your parents anymore. And I want you to, first of all, know that, we understand the pain of that. And but for many of us, we still do have that opportunity. And I still, at that time, had the opportunity. So we're driving in the car, and I asked my mom, well, how did it all start? What were you doing when you were my age? And I was so surprised by what my mom said. She said, oh, yeah, actually, before I met the church, I was making kimono dolls. What do you call these dolls? What are they called? Does anyone? It's like these. There's basically in Japan they have these showcase dolls that are like yay big, and it's just it's a mannequin, and you cover it in this beautifully prepared kind of kimono outfit. It's very beautiful. I don't know the word for it at all. I obviously wasn't listening close enough to my mom's story, but I was moved. I was like, wow, that's what you were doing before you met the church. And then she told me this story about how she was met and she was wanting to go into a school. I didn't know there was a university for making kimono dolls, but that's what she wanted to do in her life. But then someone fundraised to her. Someone came up with some kind of, someone in Japan, I don't know who it was, but some lady came up to her and asked her to buy this bracelet or something to buy. And my mom bought it, and then 6 months later, she met our church. And she met the movement, and she ended up joining. And it's an amazing story from that point. And even she was telling me these stories of how you can't even imagine. You guys know Kyoko-san, right? Kyoko Holmes. She's a very kind and simple lady, right? Awesome. But she was telling me these stories of how she would drive around selling ginseng or tea or something like that with a moped. It's like my mom would be in just like a random city, just mopeding down the street. And actually, we ended up going there. I was like, Mom, you told me this story. We're going to go to that city when we visit Japan. And we went, and she was like, yeah, I used to moped down these streets. I was like, Mom, you on a moped, that's dangerous. I'm scared when I'm in a car with you, much less a moped. And, these stories come up. And I realized I didn't know the nature of my mom so well. These are simple stories. When someone's a lecturer, for example, often you hear their stories. And they have lots of stories to share. But when someone is not necessarily a vocal person, you don't have the opportunity. So I encourage you to, if you can, and for those that can't, even spiritually, you can find out. Or even look in your history. Find out about your ancestry. Find out about your family, what happened. And why I say that is because in that moment, I knew a little bit more about my mom's life. And I created some kind of connection of heart with her at that time. And I realized I was, for the first time maybe, close to my mom. I was close. And for those that have a spiritual mother, maybe that's the person you could also ask. I know some of our spiritual mothers, they don't share so much. Maybe they're just DP. What are we talking about? Just DP. Get back to red, blue, yellow. Red, blue, yellow. Nothing outside of that. It's just DP. Then they whip out that manual, the LA witnesses. maybe that's your relationship, but you should ask the question, right, Daniel? You should ask, where's Miyuki-san been? How was it like when you were 25? I'm sure you need a translator. There's a story to be said. And you create a connection of heart. And when you can understand the heart of your parent, when you know the heart of your parent, what emerges out of it is I believe it's the most fundamental nature of human beings. It's the foundation of you may say, our human kindness. So humankind, not kindness, but human kindness. Our entire entity as a being, the most fundamental thing emerges. And that's that we long to love and be loved by our parents. Father Moon was talking about how he was searching the entire universe for the essence of the entire universe. And what did he find? The parent-child relationship. That the core of the entire universe is centered on this one point, the parent-child relationship. And that, I think, more deeply than just even our own parents. This extends to our relationship with God as our heavenly parent. And while we honor true parents, and I do this every time for those that are new here, welcome to Family Federation. We believe that Father and Mother Moon are the ones who are called and chosen by God to bring humanity back to our Heavenly Parents' bosom. And so we call them affectionately our true parents. Reverend Sungmin Moon, Dr. Hak Jahan Moon are true parents. Why? Because we believe they are a reflection of the nature and the heart of God substantially here on earth. Aju? This is what we believe. So welcome. And if that's something we're still digesting together, that's okay. I want to be on that journey with you. I'm still discovering this myself. It's a discovery of our relationship with God through true parents. And so as we come to understand the heart of our heavenly parent, you come to understand the hearts of our true parents, what naturally emerges, what will bud out of you, is what we call hyoja, a filial heart. It'll just come out. It's a natural thing. We in the Western world, we try so hard to fight this. Man, my parents, get them out of here. I'm an independent man. Mom, Dad, I don't need, once I'm 18, I'm going to leave the house, walk my own course. And in many ways, often we have to do this. Sometimes the situation in our families are so challenging that we have to walk away for a while. But also embedded in us, whether we like it or not, it is human nature to want to receive and give love vertically. Parent-child relationship. This is what we long for as human beings. This is what makes us unique people. What makes us unique from all other things of creation that we have, that nothing else has. We have this. So Hyojung is embodiment of that. And True Mother recently shared a few words that were reflective of what I felt were a Hyojung heart, or the heart of a mother. And I just wanted to read a few of those. So, yeah. She said, it's very small. True Mother, on September 1st, I think I pushed it twice. Oh, okay. She said, I have wanted so much to see you. She's talking to a bunch of young people. What is the most loved, appreciated, and precious word in human history by men and women, young and old alike? True parents is a term that comes from providential history, but in general, that word is mommy. Mom. The most precious being, the mother, has been hidden in history. So does anyone know, what was your first word when you came out? Was it mom or dad? Mom. Most of us maybe mom. I don't know. I don't know what my first word was. Pasta. Then she shared it on October 8th. Through you, I see hope that my lifelong dream of 60 years will blossom beautifully. She's in front of all the next generation. That's all of us. Blossom beautifully. I will always be your Wang Oma, or great mother, not only for the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th generations, but forever. I love you. Thank you. So this was our True Mother's words for us just a few days ago. These beautiful words. I resonate with this. It's like this is our mother expressing her love. Is that, you are the substantiation, the blossoming of my lifelong dream. And she's expressing her heart. And so as I took time with our true mother's words more and more, I feel more deeply that she's asking us to somehow connect with her as a mother-son, mother-daughter relationship. All of us, we are sons and daughters, connecting to her as a mother, connecting in heart. And so the way we connect is through Hyojang. But the question is also, I explained a little bit, it's inherent within us. We want and we long for our parent-child relationship. But why do we need to receive somehow and care for and, think about our parents? Why is that so important? Well, one, in Chinese Confucianism, they would say very strictly, well, it's very simple. They gave birth to you. Because they gave birth to you, you should live your entire life dedicating to them. It's very strict, very legalistic almost. Because they gave birth to you, it's enough. And they even expressed it that way. It's enough. Just the fact that they gave birth to you is enough of why you should live your life in filial devotion to your parents. For me, as a Westerner, I need a little more than that. I need a little more, why should I care about my parents so much? And so another way of looking at it is that we long to receive love. So I long for true parental love. That's why I need true parents. I long for true parental love in my life. It's a desire in all of humanity. You could say that the rise and fall of civilizations from the very beginning, even at the fall of man, the essence of it was, of course, we understand that there was an illicit sexual act, but the essence of it was that we were separated from our parents. And so from the very outset, the trauma of experiencing loss of parent-child relationship is at the core of the entirety of what causes humanity to struggle. And even in psychology, they arrive at this same conclusion, that most of the challenges that we have in our life somehow tie back to something to do with our relationship in our family, particularly our relationship with our parents. And this is not to say that someone has done something wrong or our parents didn't do right things or things of that, but this is just the way the world has been since the very beginning. And what true parents are trying to bring is a demonstration, an example of true parenthood that we can receive for the first time. So even if you don't have your parents around, you have true parents that you can engraft into. You can experience true parental love and find healing. Find healing. Find your heart is longing for it. Now they're here so that we can receive it. So that's another reason we want to receive love. But also, embedded in that nature of not just receiving is we want to give something back. We, whether we like it or not, we want to make our parents proud in some way. And I struggle, and to the point where even I struggle, like oftentimes, Takayo and I, we get home, and we have our the breakdown. It's like, it's been a long day. And then I just start rambling on, and Takayo is the best listener in the world. And half the time it's like, I have no idea what you're saying. But oftentimes I feel this struggle as I long so much in my life to make my parents proud. Not just my physical parents or my spiritual parents, but also God. I want to make God proud in my life. And it can be turned in the wrong way when we start to just feel, I can never make my parents proud. The way that God would want us to feel this is, son, daughter, whoever you are, I love you so much. I love you so, so, so much. So please, live the best life that you can live. Don't hurt your heart so much. Think about how much I love you so much. So don't make that mistake. Don't hurt other people so much. That kind of heart. And so how do we respond to that? The response can be, okay, God, I will make you proud. I'll try my best. And even if I stumble and fall, that's okay. I'll get back up and I'll try again. That's why I was crying during this song, When I Behold the Lord, because in the song, how it's written is, when I behold the Lord, my old self dies away. I'm somehow purified and I can rise up again. Always, I can rise up again. because that is God's love. God's parental love is wherever you may have walked, still you can stand up again and I can purify your heart. But we have to long for making our parents proud that way, to keep going. And also you can say that our love for our parents, or our heavenly parent, our true parents, is the basis for all virtue publicly. So the foundation for our relationship, for example, with our nation, with our country of America, United States of America, your pride in being able to take care of this nation, whether you like the way it's governed or not, or other things, however the situation is, like, I will take ownership as a member of this nation, as a son of this country. That sense, that heart is built first off the foundation of our pride of being a member of a family, a son or a daughter of a parent. So we have that pride and that sense of virtue that is instilled in us from the very beginning. So these are reasons for why we should go into a realm of showing filial love to our parents, longing to care. So, I want to show you. Oh yeah, here it is. Whoa. Oh, interesting. Okay, how? Hyojang is made up of two different words. And so I want us to be able to grasp this, because then we can be able to begin practicing it in our life. And so the first is hyo. This is the Chinese character for hyo, and meaning filial piety. And together as hyojang, True Mother's definition is very beautiful. She says, it's the beautiful love, care, and deep heart of a parent and child. The beautiful love, care, and deep heart of parent and child. And so this first piece, hyo, is actually made up of two different kind of characters within it. And the one on top is sort of an elder. This is an elderly person. This is the meaning of this area here. And then the one on the bottom is sort of a mature child. So what do you see is in this, if you understand the etymology of it, what is this describing? It's describing a parent forcing their son down. No. It's describing a child carrying his parent on his back. That is the word hyo. Is the child has sympathy to carry his mom, her dad, his dad, on their back. I've never done this before. I don't think my parents would allow me. But one day when my parents get older and they need help, and my dad can't get up the stairs, then my wife and I are there to pick them up on our back and carry them up the stairs. This is the heart of hyojang. The heart of hyojang is the heart that when your parent is ill and they get to a point where even they're wearing a diaper. Your parents are wearing now a diaper and they can't change it themselves. But you as a son, you're there. As a daughter, you're there and you change the diaper even for your parents. So this depiction is an adult child, a mature child, understands the situation of my parents, and with sympathy, with empathy, I say, okay, I'll take care of my mom and dad. This is love that is, it's a duty, but it's motivated by love. It's because I love my parents that I take care of them. And so Mother uses words like it's happy. She says it's voluntary. It's meaningful. Meaning that it shouldn't be something where, ideally, we're all on a journey with this, right? With our parents. But ideally, it's not something where you feel you're forced to go there. Some people, maybe you were forced to go see True Mother in Las Vegas. They're like, oh my God, I got to go to Vegas. Wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning, go see True Mother. But it should come naturally. I have a natural, voluntary, happily, I want to take care of my parents. Is it easy? No. But it's voluntary. It comes from a natural space, So Mother says that it's the root of humanity, And I think it's the same as we connect with our Heavenly Parent's heart. You can think, as we understand that our Heavenly Parent is like that elderly man. Even our true mother is like this elderly woman. True mother is 80 years old, and she's still traveling the world. If my parents turn 80, you're no longer traveling. Just for enjoyment, not to give speeches and lead worldwide providence. Dad, you're going to go for fun. But, true mother is out there, true mother, Mother Moon, she's out there leading a worldwide providence for the last 11 years. In her late age, she's like this elderly lady, and I don't know if you know, but has anyone ever wondered why True Mother wears sunglasses? You ever wonder, like, what? Why is she just like cool? I always think it's like, what a boss. She's got the sunglasses on. But actually, I found out later on, it's actually she has incredibly sensitive eyes, and even she's facing a certain blindedness, and so she has to constantly go through operations on her eyes. So please understand, when you see Mother, she's wearing the sunglasses. It's actually because she's in pain. She has to sit in these shining lights, blaring hot. If you're ever under an actual stage, like an elaborate stage, it's hot, you're sweating. And her eyes are sensitive. So why is our true mother still needing to do this sort of thing? If my filial heart is there, then it's like, Mother, get on my back. I'll carry the rest. Mikuni, you have to carry the rest. You have to put Mother on your back. That's the relationship you need to arrive at. And it's a beautiful thing. Mikuni, if you had the opportunity, you would do it, right? So, Mother, get on. I don't know how long I can carry you. I cannot. This is the heart that we have to find. That's Hyo. Hyo is, I understand my mother's pain and what she's going through. I sympathize with where she's at in her elderly years. So please get on my back, and I, as the next generation, as the one who can still stand, I will go. I will go. That's Hyo. And the next piece is Jung. And often, actually, I misunderstand Jung a lot. And at first I thought it was just heart. It's just an emotional impulse for yourself, within yourself. Often we think it's within me. It's actually not the case. Jung is vertically centered, but it is about the horizontal realm. So let me explain. It's a heart connection. Quite literally, often, sometimes it's used as an emotion. Very specifically, it's an emotion or intuitive bond of sensitivity to others. It's a sensitivity to other people. It's a shared feeling. So I am connecting to my heavenly parents' heart, my parents' heart, and I have the filial piety there. And I'm connected, I'm sympathizing, and I'm carrying my mother. But Jung is suggesting that because I love my parents, I will take care of my siblings. My love for my parents is manifested in how I take care of my siblings, my environment around me, the emotion that I create with those of the external environment around me, a heart connection. So you get it? It's I love Mom and Dad, I love you. So then, son, take care of your sisters. That sort of thing. You're expanding the realm horizontally from a vertical space. So when we say the words Hyojang, what we really mean is you're creating an emotional connection with those that are around you. So when is the first instance of this? For us, most of us in our life, the first instance of that moment of emotional connection with somebody else is when your mother holds you as a baby. That moment when your parent holds you as a baby is the first moment of emotional contact where Jung is manifested in your life. It's not just your love within you, but your love now with another person. Aju? Does it make sense? So what that infers for us and how we navigate is that somehow we are also being directed as we love our parents and we love our heavenly parent to then take a course of action, to actionize that love substantially in the relationships and the environment around us. So that's why I find it's so critical. Our true mother's saying, go out and witness, go out and use your talents and go out and use your creativity and your efforts and your wisdom. And even she's telling us, use modern technology to spread the word. Go out there and be bold in how you share. But if it's not grounded, first of all, in the vertical piece of, I love my heavenly parent, I love my true parents, then I can go out and give something pure to the world. I can share like pure water to the world. But it has to be grounded. So we need to spend a lot of our time connecting with God as our heavenly parent. But I often find that this is what I was dawning at, is that we get into this kind of legalistic relationship with God. And rather than like the relationship where, do you feel like God is really on your back and you're carrying God? Do you feel like it's that sense of bond, of emotional bond with God? We have to arrive there. And we can arrive there through a number of things. One is through our prayer and our devotion. And we have to study and understand our heavenly parent and our true parents' life and experience, what they went through, so that we can have the heart to sympathize, the heart to understand that they need to be carried. But also it's in what you choose to do. So a question that came up for me was, what can I do for my parents? What can I do? What does it look like to carry my parents? What is that? What would make my parents proud? What would help me to really move their heart? When we can do the thing that moves our parents' heart, then we grow closer to our parents. So if you do the thing that would move God's heart, you will grow closer to God. Naturally, you will grow closer to God. So sometimes we feel distant and we don't want it, so then we don't want to do anything. It's like, I don't understand this. God is over there and they always talk about heavenly parents, true parents, all this stuff, and I don't connect with it, so I'm not going to do anything. It's actually the opposite. If you move your body in the direction that you understand is God's will and God's heart and longing, even intellectually, if you can just trust, then you will find yourself growing ever closer to heavenly parent. As your parent, you will find yourself there. And the key is, I feel, and the challenge is that Mother always often says is, it's important to do this while your parents are alive. Many of our parents have already passed away. So especially while our true mother is alive, while she's alive, we have the opportunity to move her heart. We can move her heart. So what we choose to do in these next few years, I hope you can feel that it's pivotal. And I know that God knows it's pivotal. It's a critical time. And that's why I feel a lot of things are very sensitive. Many of you maybe have been experiencing this. There's a lot of turmoil going around. There's a lot of spiritual sensitivity as well. So when these things are really moving, it's when things are very pivotal. Things are very sensitive. So your decisions matter a lot. Because while Mother is still alive, we have the chance to carry her. And that's the best time to do it. Because it's much more difficult when they've already gone. Much more difficult. So this is Hyojan. It's filial piety and our heart connection and how we take care of the environment on behalf of our parents. And I hope that we can find that some way. And it starts, I feel, as I opened with understanding their story. So you have a spiritual mother, or you have a parent, or you have our true mother, our heavenly parent. And you should ask the question, how was it for you? Start from the beginning. I want to hear. Then you can know. Deeply you can know. And what will emerge is that filial love will emerge. And I know that's the heart. That's the heart that we can have that can change the world. If we have that as our motivator, it's the purest essence of us in our nature So if we capture it, we are the most powerful that we can be if we have Hyoja. So thank you. Thank you. Please join me in prayer. Beloved God, we thank you as we come to you and we recognize that each one of us are on a different journey and a different course of our life. But at the essence of it all is the parent-child relationship. And I pray that we may find it, we may long to find it. And in so doing, then we can stand on a foundation where we can really do well with our life, be the best that we can be, but motivated to make our parents proud, to make you, God, most of all proud, to make our true parents cry tears of joy as we carry them on our backs to a bright, beautiful future together with them. So we offer this time to you in our sharing and our discussion now. I offer this in Joshua and Takaya Holmes' name as a blessed central couple. Amen and Achu. Okay, so you can take a moment to pair share with each other and just share anything that stood out or connected to you. Thank you.
we can slowly start wrapping up our parish shares here. I hope you had good discussions and maybe thought about something you'd like to do this week to cultivate your hyojong. But at this time, if we can all ask you to rise for our prayer song.
Father, you've been on this road so long. Oh, won't you rest your weary head upon my heart? Just take my hand, and together we will find a secret place where dreams are born and love's alive. Your love's alive. Turn your teardrops. Turn your teardrops into smiles. You're the Father, I am your child, and together we will heal this world, and love is born anew. Now's the time for unison prayer. You. Amen. Father, you're the rock that stands so strong. Although the waves have come against you for so long, you still go on, and your hope is
Thank you. Thank you to the LA Band. Thank you for those prayers. And so before we close out today, I just have a few announcements. So yes, you might already be aware, but November 11th, we will have Blinky Presents, an amazing gospel choir here. And so in preparation for that, I believe Blinky Williams she wants to start a choir with all of us. And so if any of you are interested, you'd like to be a part of that experience, we're going to start having, it's called the Unified Choir, and we will have practice after service next Saturday. So if you're interested, please come to the practice, and yes, also let the YCLC team know. And then also next Sunday, we will have our Sunday service as Hyojong Nuri, right, as a, family day, family celebration. So this will be next Sunday, and yes, this is great for all ages, especially if you have young children. This is, I think, a great experience for them, inspired by our true mother, actually, who made this format. So it'll be a family celebration and Halloween party, so that'll be next Sunday. And as announced already, we will have the Kodan Bazaar after service today, so please enjoy all the yummy Japanese food. And so with that, we'll go into our closing songs. Saturday. We will see you all next week.
God found his chosen people in the eastern land of morning sun, shining brightly for the world to see. The purple rose and sharing lights are